In this video, I'm going to answer the question that was sent in by a couple regarding the problem they are having with sticking to their budget. Please sit tight because you're definitely going to learn something from my analysis of the various reasons why they are experiencing this problem. Hi, my name is Mabel. Hence, this channel is called Ask Auntie Mabel because on this channel, I answer questions regarding finance, investment, or other life challenges. So I'm just going to dive straight into this question that was sent in by this couple who it was actually sent in by the gentleman who is in his 40s. He's about 42 and the wife is in her late 30s and they have 3 children. They live in the UK. So they recently bought my budgeting template. Those of you who are not aware, I will put the link of the video where I talked about this, my budgeting template. So then they decided to use it and some of these questions came up and there's a link there for you to email or send, book a free consultation basically once you get the budgeting template so I can support you if you need any support. So yeah, there are challenges. I'm just going to highlight the 3 areas. So I'm going to look in my notes. So because I had to speak to them and I noted down there are various areas of challenges and they have gladly said I should share this because they want other people to benefit from their uh, issues, the challenges they are having. The key issues that we identified were: one, the gentleman received his wages monthly, whereas the wife received her wages weekly. Although she's like an agency, but it's an agency that is almost a long-term contract kind of job, and she earns very good money as well. They both actually earn relatively well. So this is why the gentleman was not happy that they are not able to save enough to achieve their goals. Then another area they identified was that they were spending too much money for friends and family who actually just prey on their emotions, who are not really desperately in need of the money they are asking them for. And they always end up just find themselves giving in into their demands. So which I classified as black tax, which I feel many of us have fallen into this trap, especially even people of my age group. Some of us are still dealing with those issues or the backlash of the debris or whatever the problems that have arisen from those black tax issues. Then the third thing was that the wife spent too much for food and clothes for the children, clothes and shoes for the children. So the things each time she goes shopping, she just buys things, and these children don't really need those things, and they grow out of them very quickly anyway. So those were the key areas. So I'll recap again. The key areas was that one earned weekly, while one earned monthly, while the other issue was the black tax, and the third issue was spending too much, not keeping to budget, not able to keep to budget in some certain area, just spending impulsively. Okay, then these were my solution that we decided, because I decided to resolve, discuss, go through these issues with them one by one. So we arrive at this together. It was not me telling them this. Then we look at the budget, the budgeting template, and we arrive at these different solutions. I hope you are learning something from this video so far. So please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already. And please hit the like button and leave me a comment. And also put your notification bell on, because there are a lot of hidden gems that we are releasing on this channel. And all of these, they are all free. They don't cost you a dime. So just do it. And it does support our channel. It helps the channel to grow as well. First of all, there were 2 things I suggested to them for the budgeting for the monthly and weekly wages. There were 2 things I suggested. One is that they could choose to use my budgeting template instead of the monthly. They could decide to do weekly according to the wife's wages, so that the husband's wages can be split into 4 weeks as well, or the weekly on a weekly budget. so that then they both are able to allocate it weekly. On the other hand, they can decide to add the wife's wages together for a month and then stick to a monthly budget. This can easily be done. I know this also always causes an issue that sometimes when people earn weekly, they tend to spend carelessly, and by the end of the month, they realize that as the month is coming every week, they just spending it. And especially if somebody just send message from home, that I'm moving on to the black tax. So when people send in messages and you just receive this money and on a weekly basis, you just tend to send it off and not thinking of, oh, what am I how is this within the budget for the month? So then number two, to address the issue of black tax, I asked them to write down the names of the people who are on their payroll from back home, and they should list it according to needs and wants. So, for example, they both have aged parents. One of them's dad is still alive, another one, the mom is still alive. So I then said, okay, what do they think is the allocated budget they'll be sending? And also, they have siblings. So they should reach an agreement with the siblings and decide. And it's not as if their siblings are not able to, they're in a position to be able to contribute. So we agreed on that. So I then said, okay, they should allocate. If they just decided, okay, they are going to take 10% of their monthly income, 5% of their monthly income, this is what is going to be going for the black tax or the family support back home. Let's put it in a more family friendly term. So, but then those needs were there. There were some people, they definitely are paying school fees for one of their sister or brother at home was not able to pay the school fees of the children of their children, the children back home in Nigeria. So I then said, okay, that's a need for that particular child. So they decided I was able to support them to classify the black tax or the support family support into list of needs and list of wants. They actually realized that they were spending too much on people's wants, not needs. Then the last part was the number three, allocating money for the food budget and sticking to it, and also buying clothes for the children. So, for example, I then said what they should list out the main meals they eat on a weekly basis. Obviously, there's also, I then said, okay, there's allowance for takeaways because there are times, mostly Fridays, or you're tired, you don't really want to cook, or once in a weekend, or whatever their plans were. They decided to identify their monthly budget for their takeaways and also the monthly meals, the major meals they cook as we do because they're from Nigeria, this couple. So this couple actually have, like, they cook a pot of soup and a pot of stew that obviously can last for about a week. They just cook in bulk. So even if you are not in Nigeria, you can still identify with this couple. It's just for you to have a meal plan. So even like this gentleman, he's the best, he's the cook in the house. But he said the wife buys things too much that sometimes most of them will go off, like plantains will go off, yam will go off, and even sometimes like yogurt and bread and the things that she just, by each time she's coming from, once she get her wages on Friday, she just end up buying things and not checking what's her home first. I then said they should be more disciplined and they should always set a day to shop. It shouldn't just be knee-jerk shopping. So the shopping should be planned according to the meals that they planned put on their plan. So they actually are very happy with that. And the clothes for the children, I then said that the clothes for the children, like where here in the UK, I have raised three adult children. So I know that the main time you actually buy clothes for the children is winter and summer because obviously the clothes they use the previous summer they will not be suited, they will not be able to wear it the next summer, but they've grown. It's a year. So then just make sure you list out what are actually the children's basic really specific needs. For example, the school uniform are mandatory. Get those ones. And here people don't really care most of the time what you wear to church, except if you go to some of us Nigerian majority churches. So then have a couple of Sunday wears if that's what rock her boat for the children and for herself. My husband actually said she doesn't buy that much for herself. She's just a very casual person, but she just, once ever she sees something, she just buys for the children. And so most of the time, the children don't even like the things, so they don't wear them. So I then said they should sit down with the children at every season and decide what they actually need. If it's a new jacket, they all need. If it's a new pair of winter shoes, the boots or shoes they need. So they should try to buy these needs for the children and obviously buy a couple of fanciful things. And this should manage they should be able to keep them in check. And so, for example, the boy, one of their sons play football, so where he actually need for each football season, his feet might grow out of those football boots. That's what I used to do for my son. The youngest one was playing football, so we just have allocation for his football boots and the clothes as well because sometimes they grow out of them. So you only need a couple of them. Whereas I mean, the winter wears you need the one that will keep the feet warm and the body warm and all of those stuff. So with this, they actually were very happy and they have successfully yesterday got back to me. They have successfully made their first successful budget, just being able to follow the template. And even the sinking fund, they have now decided they're going to be putting money towards their sinking fund, towards the deposit for their house, because that was the biggest drawback for the husband that each time they are trying to stick to the budget to save enough deposit for their house, they've never been successful. So I hope this my chit chat was helpful to you. So if you have your own contribution, this is just a specific case. So I know there are other reasons why some other people might not be able to stick to their budget. If you have from this guideline, you should be able to now know which area, what is responsible, why you are not able to stick to your own budget, or either you're a single person or as a family, why you're unable to stick to your budget. I hope you are learning something from this video so far. So please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already. And please hit the like button and leave me a comment. And also put your notification bell on because there are a lot of hidden gems that we are releasing on this channel. And all of these, they are all free. They don't cost you a dime. So just do it. And it does support our channel. It helps the channel to grow as well. So on that note, I hope you have definitely learned something from this video and also leave your own experience and your own comment. It's very much welcome. And on that note, I will see you all in my next video.